What's up guys? In today's video I'm going to be showing you guys all of my settings. I'm going to show you guys the graphic settings, going to show you the controller settings, the reticle color, all that stuff, video settings. So I'm going to be putting timestamps down in the description, so if you want to look for a certain part of the video you could do so. But without further ado, let's get straight into it. Alright, so we're going to start off with the gameplay tab. Alright, I'm not going to explain in depth why I use all of these settings. If you want to know in depth of why I use these settings, just hover over the certain setting that you want to see what it does, and it'll tell you exactly what that setting does. I'm just going to go and tell you guys the things that I use, and if you want to know why, you just go ahead and read that right there on the right. It'll tell you exactly what it does. I have my interact prompt style on compact. I have my button hints off. Crosshair damage feedback is off for me because I feel like it's too much clearer on the screen. I have my damage numbers on stacking. Ping opacity, I have it on default. Arbitraries, I have it on. That shows the kill feed. Mini map rotation, I have it on off. I have weapon auto cycle on empty on, so that way when I run out of bullets for my gun, it automatically switches to the gun that I actually have bullets for. Auto sprint, I play that on. That's how I'm able to spin my kunai or spam the inspect. Double tap sprint is off. Check back control, I have it on hold. Incoming damage feedback is on 3D. If you have this setting on right here, you should definitely turn it off. Taking damage closes death boxes or crafting menu. This can actually get you killed if you're trying to get a shield swap or if you're trying to craft some medkits in Storm, because every time you take damage, it'll kick you out of the box or out of the craft. Pop up, I have it on. Streamer mode off. Anonymous mode off. Usage sharing on. Performance display, I have it on, so I like to see if my ping is high or if I'm getting DDoS in a ring game. I like to see my FPS and stuff, so I have that on. Club invites, I have it on, so I can get invited to clubs even though I don't really join them. Communication filter, I have it on. And for my reticle color is actually 60 red, 255 green, and 13 blue. So if you want to have this reticle color that I'd have, this is exactly what I use. I think it's super easy to see in any kind of environment. As you can see here, I could really see it in any type of lighting, and that's why I use this color. It just pops for me. Same thing with my laser sights, it's the same color. For colorblind mode, I have it on Tritonopia. I just feel like I can see the colors a lot better. I am not colorblind, but it's just my preference. Subtitles I have off. I don't like seeing the text at the bottom. I feel like it's too much clearer on screen. Subtitles, I have them on normal, and all this other stuff is off. Okay, now let's get to my mouse and keyboard settings. Okay, for my mouse and keyboard settings, I play on psych. I'm just kidding. I don't play on mouse and keyboard. I'm a controller player. Let's head over to the controller settings. All right, so I used to play on default settings and I used to play on 6.6 linear, but I just switched over to ALCs 2 seasons and a half ago, around there. And these are my settings. My stack layout is on default. My interact reload button is on tap to use and reload. Crouch button, I have it on toggle. I know a lot of people like to play on hold. I do play with the controller with paddles, but I just feel like toggle is a lot easier for me to remember. Hold, I can't really remember to hold the button down to crouch, and it makes it a lot harder to rat if I'm playing solo queue ranked and I need to hide behind something. I don't want to sit there and hold the button forever just to be able to hide behind a rock or something, you know? My aim button is on hold. Survival slot button is on. My trigger dead zones, I have it on none. Before I used to have it on default, but then I like I said, it says right here on the right side, it shows you what these settings do. And I read that it says determines how sensitive the triggers are when pressed, and I was like, wait, there's another little bar that I can move back. So I put it on none, and it feels like it's instant when you press that R2 button or R1, whatever you shoot with. It feels way more instant than when it was on default. So if you have this on default, I would recommend you put it on none, because it will take away that latency. My menu cursor speed, I have it at about, I don't know what this would be, 35%, 40% around there. All right, so I don't use any of these settings because I'm on ALCs. My movement dead zone is on small, invert look off, vibration off. For my ALCs, all right, I'm a linear player. I've always played linear on any FPS that I've ever played. And I looked up a YouTube video and I searched up what would linear be on ALCs. And this is what linear is. Its dead zone is 5%, outer threshold is at 1, and response curve is at 0. That is what linear is for ALCs. So if you're trying to get on linear, you can go ahead and copy these settings. For per optic settings, I have that on off. I like all of my optics to be the same speed as whether it be iron sight, 1 times, 2 times, 3 times. I like them all to be the same speed. It just keeps it more consistent for me. For my yaw speed, I have it at 351. For my pitch speed, I have it at 294. And then all this other stuff, I have it off because I don't need extra pitch or extra yaw. I don't need any of that stuff. I want it to be strictly linear. So when I move the stick, it moves the way that I want it to. Pause, Yeah, that's why I want it. That's why I don't have any of these settings on, because I want it to be super like snappy. I don't want there to be any latency. And then for my ADS, I have it all the same as my hipfire. I've always liked playing with both of my settings, or ADS and hipfire at the same speed. It just, like I said, it's more consistent for me. I know a lot of people that like to play like on 4 for their hipfire and then like 3 for their ADS, because they like their ADS to be a little bit slower. For me, it's not the case. It just feels too slow. So that's why I use my ADS and my hipfire at the same speed. Depending on how I feel that day, sometimes I might put this up to 360 or I'll keep it at 351. I move this a lot. Sometimes it feels better to be at 360. Sometimes it feels better to be at 351. And sometimes I even ramp it up to 371. So yeah, it just depends on the day. If it feels too slow, I just turn it up. And then for the targeting compensation, I have it on. This is your aim assist. So I would not turn this off unless you want to be at a disadvantage. So yeah, keep that on. Okay, over to my video tab. For display mode, I like to have it on full screen because that's what I've been told gives you the best FPS. Aspect ratio, it's at 16:9. Native resolution 1920 by 1080. I don't play at 1440. A lot of people think I do because I stream at 1440, but no, I play at 1920 by 1080. Brightness is at 75%. Field of view is at 110. FOV scaling, I have it on off. Sprint view shake, I have it on minimal, so that way my screen doesn't shake when I run. And then everything else for my video settings is on the lowest setting that I could possibly go, except for texture budget. I have that on very low. You could put it on none, but it looks like a potato. If you like, I'll show you. It looks really bad. So I like to have that on very low, so that way there could be some textures. But yeah, these are the settings that give you the least amount of latency on for graphics, for FPS and stuff. For audio, I have my master volume at 85%. My output is on my XLR. My voice chat is for my XLR as well. Push to talk, I have that on because I talk to chat a lot, so I don't want to annoy the random, so I have that on push to talk. Open mic threshold, I have this at 1678. Incoming chat volume, I have it at 60% because sometimes the game audio or the game chat for Apex is pretty dookie, so that's why I have it at 60%. Sometimes they have like the drive-through sounding mics, and yeah, that's why I have it at 60. For sound effects volume, I have it at 80, dialogue at 40, and then everything else is off, and then sound and background is on. That way when you close down the app or you click away from something on your other monitor, you can still hear everything in game, and yeah, that's why I have that on. Yeah, that was all of my settings. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully my settings can help you out. Remember to drop a like and subscribe if you are new. It'd be greatly appreciated. It helps the channel out a lot. I am gonna move my streams over to Twitch. I stream here on YouTube, but with the new house that I'm going to be moving to, my internet's not going to be that great, so that's why I'm moving over to Twitch. The link will be in the description if you guys want to go ahead and follow me there if you want to watch the live streams. It doesn't mean that I'm done with YouTube. I'm going to be uploading content videos here, so yeah, don't think that I'm leaving. But shout out to everybody that follows me over here on Twitch. I really do appreciate you guys, and like I said, hopefully my settings video helped you out. Good luck with the new settings, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Later.